Hi, I'm Jamie Yarbrough. I'm the broker associate here at the Nauman Group in Tallahassee, Florida. I've been a realtor for 18 years, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about Tallahassee. Tallahassee is the capital of Florida, and so we have the home of the Florida legislature. We also are home to the Florida State Seminoles. Florida State University is the major school here, so we have a fun college town, and we also have a lot of history because it is the capital. So we have historic homes and plantations kind of scattered throughout the city, and it will just give you a little bit of a glimpse into the history of Tallahassee. And the topography in Tallahassee is a little bit unique because you think of Florida as, flat and palm trees, but we have rolling hills and we have canopy oaks, canopy roads with, full of oak trees. And we have really more of a topography of Georgia than we do Florida. So it's really pretty and sometimes kind of surprising to some folks when they first get here. But anyway, I have some great clients that have applied to be on the house hunters for the vintage homes. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about the experience that I had working with them. They were, the Callengers are actually people that I know from church and have had worked with in the past on other transactions. So, of course I had a sense of comfort there working with friends and past clients. And they also have a rich knowledge of construction background. They've bought and sold homes many times, so they're very knowledgeable and experienced in this process. So that of course makes it a little bit more interesting and fun sometimes working with clients like that. But they are a sweet, happily married couple. They have 2 kids that are already out of the home, and they still have 2 kids in the home. So they're both teenagers, so we kind of have to deal with some teenage drama a little bit when we're working with parents and teenagers. So Dana has more of a kind of personal reaction to homes. She likes to find a home that she says that she has a feeling is going to be the right home for them, and she has an emotional attachment to. But Jim, on the other hand, is a little bit more factual, and he has the construction background. And he's more of a kind of a personality of, wanting to make sure that, all the numbers make sense, and he wants to, he's more facts and numbers kind of guy. So, when you put that together, they kind of make a good team. And we have, just overall, the fun part about looking at older homes and sharing some of the laughter of, some of the quirkiness about older homes and the charm and all that. It was a good experience. So another question that y'all had asked was the client's wish list. Well, they had decided, initially they had different plans, but once they decided they wanted an older home, they wanted to make sure it would please their teenagers, and they wanted to also make sure it was in a good area for their family to grow, and that they have a son that lives with them that goes to college here in Tallahassee. And they wanted to make sure that it would be maybe an option for him to kind of have a separate space and also be able to commute back and forth to college. And the architectural styles that they wanted, of course, as most couples are, they have different needs and wants and style interest. Dana liked the colonial style. She likes the white siding and the shutters and like a real inviting entry. She's all about family. She wants the big yard for the family to kind of run around in. She said that, they like to spend a lot of time outdoors. She wanted a big kitchen. She obviously spends a lot of time in the kitchen. And she wanted the nice finishes, like the granite countertops and the nice cabinets. And honestly, at the end of the day, she just said, I want an older home that I can fix up and make my own and make it feel like it's our home. And her thing, I would have to say, mainly was that she really likes lots of windows and light and bright homes. But to the contrary, Jim likes the richer, darker colors. He likes more of a Georgian style home, the all brick. He kind of had the symmetry and the appeal, more of kind of a stately of the kind of Georgian style. And he also really just wanted to find something with some historical significance. That's something that was of interest to him more so. And his main thing that he did not want to compromise on was that he wanted a garage. He wanted a workshop. He wanted a place for his tools. But the differences that they did have, kind of joined together. And honestly, the similarities that they wanted were a 3, 2.5 at the minimum. And they would love to have a separate office or a room for an office. And that was pretty much like kind of the main, goal that they both wanted. So that brings us to what are the obstacles working with them? There's not too many. I mean, they're great. They're a fun-loving family. They were great to work with. And I would say mainly the obstacle was, in the initial part, they wanted something they thought different as a transitional family. They thought maybe they would just live here part-time in a condo. So we kind of started that avenue, and then we changed to doing the, living here full time, bigger historic home that they could fix up. And but the obstacle really did come from being able to find a vintage home in their price range that would still allow for improvements on the repairs, and also that would be in the right neighborhood for a family. They're still raising some teenagers, and they wanted to make sure they found the right neighborhood and school zones. Okay, so the biggest obstacle is trying to find a vintage home in Tallahassee in the right price range, which would also allow for them to be able to have more room to be able to fix it up and do some improvements and make it their own, which they've said over again that something that's important to them. But to do so, really truly to be able to find that in the right location, to be able to raise a family, 2 teenagers, and to have the convenience of the son being able to commute to college, and also have a decent yard, which is something that was important to her, and to be able to have a garage. So we had a lot of kind of must-haves on our list to be able to fit into a tight price range. Other than that, they were great. They were great to work with. We really didn't have a lot of obstacles. It was just trying to find the right property. And when I talked back to them about what they would say that they love the most about this home, they just smile. They're so excited about it. They love the potential again of making it their own. She loves the fruit trees in the yard, and of course the size of the yard, and the high ceilings, the wood floors. Wood flooring was something that was also on her wish list, and the screen porch, and of course the tons and tons of natural light, because it does have a lot of windows, and that was something that again Dana really wanted. What we found to be something that was kind of sealing the deal for them on this particular home was the income potential. It actually has the 2 apartments upstairs that they could have their son rent one and a friend rent another one, and that would just bring some extra income into the family. So that was a really unique piece that kind of put this whole thing together. And the compromises, I would say, I guess their compromises are that it does need so much work, and it's going to take time, and they're going to have to live with it while they're doing it. And just mainly it's just the maintenance that goes along with such a big home and an older home, and over time, as they get older, they didn't want to have to, have too much maintenance. Probably also would be the smaller bathrooms and the lack of a garage. Those are 2 things that were on their wish list that they did not get in this property. With that being said, they still love the home so much, so that is it. And I know I'm supposed to kind of give you a little tour, and I thought I would show you around our conference room in our office. So as you can see, we do have a high-tech section over here where we can channel in people from our offices at other locations. So we have a little station here, and we can also pull up the MLS for our clients. And we have a huge conference table that will really seat we have a large office, so we all kind of can come around here comfortably and have plenty of space. And we have just nice finishes. We've got nice drapes, and when you look at the way it's all decorated, it kind of puts it all together. And I think that most people come in and have a really pleasant feeling about being in our conference room. So in closing, I wanted to thank you for watching, and I look forward to working with you on this.